Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I'm hoping this is going to be a big treat. Excuse me. This is Great Lakes Brewing. They're out of Ohio, out of Cleveland, Ohio. This is their Blackout Stout. This comes in at 9% and the IBUs is 50 on this one. A nice finish up the evening kind of beer, or if it's a chilly evening, you can sit by the fire or the gas logs, whichever you may have, and have this beer either before dinner, during dinner, if you're having a nice hearty meal with it, or after dinner as an aperitif, or to fire up a stick and sit around and sip on this and smoke a nice cigar. Like that's what I would do anyway. But anyway, let's get on with this one. I've told you that IBUs and the ABV commercial description. A Russian Imperial Stout with a hearty malt body and a bold hop flavor, named after the infamous blackout of 2003 that left the northeastern United States in complete darkness, but resulted in old-fashioned neighborhood porch parties and fun. Also led to a lot of pregnancies. There was a lot of babies born 9 months after that blackout. I'm a guarantee it. Available in February and March. On this particular bottle, don't think I can see a date on it. Yeah, I can. It's right here on the bottom of the label that says, "For freshest taste, please enjoy by 5/14 of 2015. I don't know how long a shelf life these guys are giving their beers. This is a 9% stout. It's really not that important. They've made the effort to when they think you should have it by. I'm thinking they probably gave this either a 3, 4, 5, maybe even a 6-month shelf life. I kind of doubt they'd give it that long, but you could. It's a 9%er. This beer is going to keep for several years, probably 5 to 10 anyway at 9%. But I would like to see it bottled on date instead of an enjoyed by date. A lot of you guys agree with me on that. But we got the year. I would think this was probably put in the bottle somewhere in between December and February, somewhere in there. December 2014 or February 2015. But like I said, this beer is going to keep for a long time. So they made the effort. They made the effort. Bottled on date's better than an enjoyed by date, in my opinion. Just the way I feel, but they've got it on there, guys, so we can't fault them for that. I don't think it's got the IBUs listed on here. It does have 9% alcohol on the side label. The IBUs aren't that critical, but you know, that's just information that I think as beer connoisseurs and beer drinkers and beer purchasers, craft beer purchasers, should have. I mean, they should make the effort. They're spending all this money to make a great craft beer. They're spending all this money to do all these fancy labels and all that kind of stuff. And then they're spending the money to have it distributed to different states and all that kind of stuff. Seems like that we could get the bottle on date, the IBUs, and the ABV. Those are the 3 critical things that we need for every beer as far as I'm concerned. I used to be a big stickler on the IPAs and the low ABV beers, but it's getting to the point now, we're in 2015, guys. We need to have all 3 of those on every freaking beer. The bottle on day and month is not critical on this style of beer, but it is on IPAs and double IPAs and low ABV beers. And just a year, or the vintage year that is put in the bottle on these big stouts, the Russian Imperial Stouts and Imperial Porters and stuff like that, Imperial Barley Wines and what have you. The bigger beers that's going to be able to be selling for years and years and years. So I'm not going to quit harping about it until we see all 3 of those information on every bottle and can that we decide to purchase. As a consumer, we have that freaking right. That's the way I feel. Just the way I feel. And if I pick up a bottle or have a bottle that's sent to me by somebody and it doesn't have that, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call your freaking ass out on it. Step up to the plate, do what's right. Alright, let's get on with this. I've read you the commercial descriptions, I've told you the ABV, I've told you the IBUs, and now we're going to tell you what the food pairings are. This is according to Beer Advocate, and it's just a suggestion. On this particular beer, it has all stouts that say it goes well with your chocolate dishes. And that's what it has here. Dessert, digestive, chocolate. That's the three things. But if you want to have this with a meal, just make sure that you're having it with something fairly hearty. And if you're going to have it after dinner, that's good. That's a good digestive. Or it could be dinner. I mean, this has got so much stuff going on in it. This could be your dinner, but I think you might want to have something a little more substantial in your stomach other than this, unless you're just an alcoholic. Oh. But anyway, I always have dinner. I never have just beer for dinner. As you can tell, I like to eat. I like to eat. I'm a food connoisseur. I like to eat. Alright, guys, I don't think there's anything else we need to go and look at or talk about, so let's get the cap off of this bad boy. This was sent to me by Ryan. Ryan, thank you, sir. He actually sent me 2 of these. What a guy. What a great subscriber to have. And I do have the best. I really do. Nice hiss on this beer. A lot of smoke rolling out of the top of this. 9%. Think it's going to generate a hit? Let's see what happens. Straight down the center, guys. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot at all. About a half a finger. Just barely covering over the top of the beer. And that low of a head, I don't think it's going to stick around very long. Over into the light, it is pitch black, guys. Dark as night. Black out. That's why they call it that. Alright. I'd be curious to know how many babies were born 9 months after that big blackout. I guarantee you it was a boatload. It's dark. Might as well have sex. What do you think? Yeah. So 9 months later, we got a super outpouring of babies being born. So I guarantee you there was a lot of babies born after that. Alright guys, the beer lacing, the head is just now covering the top of the beer. It is dissipated completely. I can see the beer straight through the top. So let's get a nose on this one. Rich roasty malt right off the bat. I'm getting hints of coffee. I'm getting hints of coffee. I'm going to say just a slight hint of some bittersweet chocolate, but it's right out of the fridge, and a lot of times those chocolate notes don't come out till it warms up. And maybe some dark fruit, maybe some sweet molasses, maybe some toffee or caramel. Let's give it a taste and see what we can taste on the tongue. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Ryan. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I'm getting big coffee hints on this. That's pretty freaking tasty. Slight metallic taste to it, and I can pretty much guarantee you that's going to go away. I don't know if a lot of that times that comes from the chill of the beer or the metallic of the cap not being a good plastic liner inside of it, or what exactly. But occasionally I get that metallic taste when it's cold, but it usually dissipates as it gets warm. Roasted malt, some cocoa, some caramel toffee, some coffee. There is a nice bitterness to the back end to match up with the sweetness of the beer. I'm getting a little bit more coffee than I am chocolate. A very nice roasty, if not black burnt malt in this. Nice sweetness to it. I don't know if they use lactose on this. Very nice. Very, very pleasant. I can't wait to let this warm up and sip on a little bit, and maybe fire up a nice stick to go with it while I'm sipping on it. And I will probably sip on this for about 45 minutes or so, and let it come up to room temperature before I come back and do the final chug and grade like I always do on 99.9% of the beers that I review. But it does have a very pleasant taste. A very nice stout. Blackout Stout. I'll be right back, guys, and we'll do the final chug and grade on this one. Very tasty so far. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a little left here. Let's sip on this about 45 minutes. Very, very tasty. Only way this beer could be any better would be bourbon barrel aged. And also to have a bottled on date instead of an enjoyed by date. It's very tasty. Nice, rich, malty, almost to the burnt characteristics in the malt. I'm getting coffee, slight bitterness, and bittersweet chocolate in there, a hint of some dark fruit. Getting more coffee than chocolate in this beer, so very tasty. Great Lakes does some great stuff. I've not been disappointed in anything that I've had from Great Lakes. They do some awesome stuff. Pretty tasty. Final chug. The alcohol is super well hidden. A very, very well made beer. Very rare. Very, very, very tasty, guys. It's very enjoyable. A very nice Russian Imperial Stout. As far as I'm concerned, this is a great beer. This is a 9 out of 10 beer for me. It is very, very tasty. It's kicking on the door. I mean, it is so easy drinking for a 9%. Like I said, the only way this could be better would be bourbon barrel aged and have a bottle on date instead of an enjoy by date on this. But being a 9%, this beer is going to keep for a long time. It's not going to go bad by August, which they've got on here. It's going to keep several more years after that, probably 5 to 10 years on a 9%er, maybe even a little longer if it's sold correctly. But very, very tasty. He did send me 2 of these, so and I've got the bottled on or best before date, not bottled on date, on this beer. I'm probably going to take the other one and stick it in the closet or the fridge downstairs and keep it from 2 to 5 years and review it and see how it changes. It may even become a 10 beer at that stage. So a lot of stuff going on in these type of beers with the roasted malt and the caramel and toffee and dark fruit and coffee and tobacco and bittersweet chocolate. A lot of times these beers get a little bit better with age. They really, really do. So, but anyway, as far as I'm concerned, 9 out of 10 for me on this one, guys. And over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 94. If I was putting a New American rate on this, it'd be a 98 or a 99. It's that close to a 100. It really, really is. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 99 overall and 93 in style. So we got 90s across the board here, guys. It is a 90s beer. It is definitely an A beer. Definitely worth picking up if you can get your hands on Great Lakes Brewing's Blackout Stout. Very, very tasty. I enjoyed this one thoroughly. Ryan, thanks again for sending me those beers that you sent. Got one to cellar and one I just reviewed, and I intend on doing that. I'm going to put one away for a few years and see how it changes. So, that being said, guys, if you've had the Blackout Stout from Great Lakes, let me know what you think, and come on back tomorrow. We're going to see what's in the fridge. It's almost time to go on vacation. Like I told you guys, I'm not going to do a bunch of beer reviews and try to upload them. I'm going to take a couple of weeks off this year, and probably going to be the only vacation I'm going to get this year. And we're going to run down to Florida and visit maybe a couple of breweries and a couple of cigar factories, and then run over to Panama City and and check out Bike Week there. I've done bike weeks all over the country, from Sturgis to Daytona and Myrtle Beach, and we're going to check out Panama City's Bike Week and see if it's worth a crap. I hope it is. The water there is beautiful, guys. Anybody that hadn't been down on the Gulf Coast of Florida, very, very beautiful. The water is so blue and clear. It is. That's the reason I want to go back. We came through there on the way back from New Orleans when we were down there a couple years ago, and I was very impressed. So we're going to check out Bike Week there. So there won't be any reviews during the 2 weeks I'm gone, and won't be answering any emails or any of that kind of stuff while I'm on. I'm going to take a little siesta like I did last year when I went to California. So looking forward to that. I really am. Need a vacation. I really do. All right, guys, come on back tomorrow. We're going to look in the fridge and see what's in there. See you then.